I don't know how long that's gonna last, but make sure that you shop that early. I love the high polish. It's engineered to perfection. Now it's our Customer Appreciation Month. So we're doing extra flex pays on the HSN credit card. That's on everything all month long. How long does the month of May last? Only another week. So we gotta take advantage. Also, May is gold month, so you might enjoy some extra gold savings. Speaking of gold, let's glow for it. Yeah, pun intended, glow for it. It's RJ Graziano's collar of gold. Plus, you get this beautiful geometric drop design that's so unusual, so breathtaking. It should be so much more. It should be $79.95. Not today, not during Moonlight Markdowns. Let's do 50% off. Does that sound good? Let's do a little bit more than that. Let's do 60% off at least, and let's take $50 off the price. So $50 off, and you're getting everything that you see here. It is a wonderful, like, Italian Omega style. It's that sort of nice, glowing, golden presence, a collar of gold. It also has an adjustable 3.5-inch extender, and that center portion, that beautiful, modern, colorful design in the center features a beautiful organic circle with stones that are reminiscent of carnelian and crystals and amethyst and peridot. They are glass, but they certainly look like genuine gemstones. And it's so unusual. It's like a wonderful pendulum, the size of that drop. Now I'm just gonna show you how that moves around the bottom of that Omega. So it's stunning. Look at how amazing this is. I mean, this should be something that you find in a market or in a museum or a gallery, or, I mean, this looks like something that you would find in Soho. We have 150 of these, and they're not gonna last. I don't think we've ever done anything near this price at $29.95. If you've been following RJ Graziano's designs, even if you don't know RJ Graziano, you are probably wearing one of his designs from high-end department store collections, from some of the designers that he's worked for throughout the years, for all the luxury houses that have commissioned his work, from all the celebrities that have fallen head over heels with his designs, his one-of-a-kind. This is his exclusive collection for HSN. You'll probably be one of the very few in the world to own it, and I think it's something that you're gonna wear and really show off spectacularly. If you have orange, if you have green, if you've got purples, if you've got any of those bright, fun summer colors, this is gonna be a perfect addition to your wardrobe. And it's everything about it is so different, so distinctive, so unusual, so organic, so cool, and it's gonna lie flat on the neckline, which is also really important. Yeah, lie flat on the neckline. Oh, do we have any of the earrings too? Because I know Valerie was giving us, okay, we do have the earrings too, just checking. However, the necklace is, we're gonna